Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In the last part, we wrapped up the stuff for 6.0, and it's time to do 6.1. Alright. Newfound adventure. Arya, how lovely to see you. If you're not too much of a rush, I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Take a seat then, and I'll find us something to nibble on as well.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it. What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
A grand new adventure, of course.
Traveling to the edge of existence and back wasn't enough? Well, if that's the case, I might have a suggestion for you. You've fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats. For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
You're right. Who knows what mysteries are still waiting to be discovered?
Oh, that's the spirit. I can feel from here the blazing fire that just lit in your belly. Now, all you need is a destination. If you're having trouble deciding, just leave it to me. Thavnair. That's where you should go next. I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzat the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you. Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world. In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress. Shouldn't take much longer now though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
Please, just make sure it has pockets.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care. Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement. I am one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims. Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across. Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
Thus I am returned.
Ah, you're awake. My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing. You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga? Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
Let's head to the Diamond Forge. A quick little trip right over here. Okay, I'm really awkward that one, didn't I? Observe the artiste refined from piece into a masterpiece. And nothing this time. I only need a moment. You'll see. A little more room in the shoulders. Open up the cuffs. Final adjustment to the hem. All done. Let's see how it looks on the mannequin. Well, what do you think? Doesn't just scream ready for a bold new adventure? I'm so glad you approve. So, no, you vote on yourself, Satara, because I chose the wrong option. It's okay. My finger hit the wrong button. Oh, stop! You'll make me blush. If you really want to thank me, though, all I ask is that you wear this on your travels. I'm kind of sad with my outfit, though. I kind of like it. At least anywhere where lots of adventures might gather. Well, look at you, famous hero. And wonder, wherever did she purchase those stylish yet practical garments? And before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other to place orders at Taro's boutique. I can hear it now, the merry clink clink of gilver flowing from my coffers. Sweet music to my ears. Burgeoning merchant empire aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. I don't wonder how you remember all your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. Oh, maybe you should just start doing just that. You never know when some odd past detail might become relevant, or if one day you'll take a blow to the head and forget the better part of the past decade. Something to keep in mind, in any case. Collection expanded the unending codex. Oh no! The reading! Yeah, so this is just a little bit for, like, the lore and all that. I'm not going to read them all. I'm sorry to break it to y'all. Unending Codex is now available under Collection in the Duty section of the main menu. New entries for prominent terms and characters will be added to the Codex as you progress through the main scenario quests. Not reading them, thanks. Bountiful Ruins. As the, former receptionist and sometimes intelligence gatherer of the Silence, allow me to offer you a word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best places to pick up information are taverns and markets. At present, you, Hallie, have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Thavner, I suggest you explore your options in Mered's Mayhem, the finest drinking establishment in Rods at Han. Charm the employees and they'll not only put you in the direction of the local tale tellers, but also share with you the tricks for loosening their tongues. Now, I really must be getting back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, Arya, and may fair fortune find you. Alright, off to Rods at Han. So, in patch 6.2, they introduced another Ethernet shard into Rods at Han, that being over at the Alchemist area. I'll get it eventually, sometime. They did finally introduce over at the High Crucible there. So... probably just pick it up whenever I end up having to be over in that area for something or another. There you are. Welcome to Mered's Mayhem! Oh, hello! I did not recognize you at first. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. Ruins beneath the bounty. Would you be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? We have one regular, a historian in fact, who could tell you all about it. Ah, there he is! Professor Jolene! I saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Mayhem's unique beverages. Offering any drink from our selection, he should happily share everything he knows about the vault you seek, and a few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy for him is on the house, by the way. If Meredith found out I took coin from Thavner's savior, she would have me scrubbing pots for a week. Alright. Well, hello. Yes? Following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. And what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? Oh, it's just a friendly chat. How about a drink? Well, I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink really offered. Here we are, one of Merit's finest. Enjoy. Ah, lovely. Bottoms up. Jolene empties the cup in a single pull. That was very kind of you, miss, but I know when I'm being softened up, what is it that you want from me? Oh-ho! Chasing down that old tale, are you? It does seem to appeal to the adventurous at heart. Now, where to begin? I assume you've heard of Alzadel. He was Han of the Ori tribe which sailed from Thavnir from the mainland, and a key figure in the history of Razad Han. His decision to aid Arcasadora as ultimately won the war against his god Jasura, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Alzadal III, who was known for his deeds as satrap in Razad Han's early days. Some attest that this man traveled to another world entirely and returned with glittering riches. Others that he brokered an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there's a tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem curious about. According to this legend, Alzadal III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. A century since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Razad Han, folks will remember that tale of hidden treasure. Hardy souls would set out to claim their fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Would you like to hear more? Apologies, I have a slight tickle. Oh, my cup appears to be empty. Another round for the professor. Aha, I see we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. Another for the professor. Oh, today was a splendid day to visit the Mayhan. Jolene gulps down his nose drink with a gusto. Where were we? Those who did return from seeking the treasure vault refused. Flower refused to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Such accounts only served to feed the legend, and lure grew stronger than ever before. That reminds me of something Azama said. Yeah, he was saying, Azama's a fellow connoisseur of spiritualist puzzles. Yes, he is. Anyway, he was saying that one of his acquaintances went and after the treasure himself. Hasn't been seen since he set sail, I hear, but yeah, no, I can say no more. You see me tell another story. One kind of man would be encouraged, but is clearly a foolhardy quest. My word, send you to your death, I could never live with myself. I'm no stranger to peril. Is that so? Perhaps it's your turn to tell a tale then. What manner of dangers have you faced? The very edge of existence? For anyone else, I struggle to believe it, but I recognize you. You're the hero of the final days. I need another drink to settle my nerves. Merely more of the same, if you please. As you wish, but this one is on your coin, Professor. Jolene drains yet another cup dry. Anyway, you're being who you are. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a little more. This friend of Vajama, he was desperate to buy a treasure map. One would show him the way to the entrench of the vault. Seems he could only get it from some merchant. What's his name? I forget. Let's toast to you, my new best friend. Give me a little more drinks. I'm gonna signal for water. Your drink, sir? Oh, marvelous! I am parched! Jolene gulps down the cup of water. That was water! Did you tell her to bring me water? Probably for the best. Very kind of you, really. My head will certainly thank you in the morning. I seem to have overdone. I am put in mind of the words of Master Zon. Be wary of how much of the drink you swallow, lest it swallow you. Forgive me, I will subject you to no more of these unseemly antics. If you want to speak with us on, well, as I said, we share a taste for the man's fine spirits. He probably came in as we were talking. Wish you fortune in finding your fortune. You appear to have learned all that Jolene has to share regarding the Undersea Vault. To find out more, we'll need to look at a man by the name of Azama. Alright. Which appears to be somewhere over here, like right down there. Yes, I'm Azama. Who might you be? Oh, true, I'm afraid. My friend took a ship out in search of Alzadal's legacy, and I've been watching for his sails ever since. Tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding that vault. And that look in his eyes, I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting Alzadal III's otherworldly hoard. His ambition would not be denied. I see in you, too, that appetite for the mysterious and the unknown. While not attempt to turn you from your path, I know too well the futility of that endeavor. So we'll tell you what my friend told me, how he convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location of the vault's entrance. Seems this merchant, one soul, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route, but my friend's purse was too light for his exorbitant price. With that meager wealth he had, he insisted to pay. He said pay to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the bounty, and within those ruins hides the path to the vault deep below. If you truly intend to seek seeking Alzadal's treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. God, doing the drunk speak is like messed up my talking here. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home.
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Alzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
A map to Alzadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is. Discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly. This map is the key to fabulous riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. Your scrawny-eyed had never returned with that treasure alive.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map! Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoards they stand to uncover.
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
A fortune, you say?
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price? Well met, my friend. Someone is dressed for adventure. But why Favner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping. Ruins beneath the Bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
And now I fleece one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
Never took you for a treasure hunter.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove. Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits. Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant. Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. the need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent, whether the map leads us to the vault or not. You are coming along, yes?
Naturally.
I thought as much. Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
You will recall I spoke of visiting Fafnir at Breacher's request. Well, he finally invited me to a feast and made his proposal once I was too full of Pawnish delights to refuse. He wishes me to train a radiant host in lance work. But that's a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant or a trawler with a ship fit for the open seas. Mattia is a fisherman by trade, yes? We should head to Achiali and see if he can help us. Alright, let's head there. My friends, what brings you to our humble village? So you need to see where the vessel to seek these ruins? Considering it was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing, I should think everyone would be glad for a chance to repay the favor. Wait here and I'll have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. Nah, wrong button. I'm doing a real good job at that today. Ah, it is you. Do you know how far out of our way we walked so that you'd not cross paths with some wild beast? I'm sorry, sir, but aren't you the heroes who saved Fafnir? You are. I know you are. And I've gone and cheated you. I worked with Zashal, you see, the map merchant. It's my job to play the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. I'm ashamed of what I've done. I beg for your forgiveness. If not for you, my sister and I would never... Will we be? Enough. I know your game, and I paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase, as it turns out, for my friend here was seeking those very ruins. You are kind to overlook the wrong I have done you. But there is more you need to know. The map you bought is very real, as is the island it shows. I overheard Zashal selling the information to another customer. He told that man where he needed to search. About the ruins, about the vault, about everything. And the man sailed out to find his fortune, never to return. You can never go alone to that place. You should have more friends with you. Maybe even the whole army. I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us, there is little we cannot overcome. Please, I cannot bear the thought of... We could have met our comrades. That we could, and assuming we do find this treasure hoard, it may prove wise to have more hands along for the carrying. Any ideas on whom to approach? Those silence have scattered far and wide since our last gathering. Famfrit and J? Famfrit and J, eh? Those two would definitely would answer our call, certainly, but they left the Rising Stones with a definite task in mind. I'm loath to interrupt their self-appointed mission. Alphino and Alize. Well, Lord Alphino and the sister, were they not bound for Garlemald? They have far more important matters to attend to than delving for trinkets. Grahatia and Kryle. Kryle may have her hands full rebuilding the Sterlings, but if you reach out to Graha, he would surely leap at the invitation. Will that set your mind at ease? Yes, if that man is as strong as you. Is he though? Strong, I mean? What is your name, boy? Murad, sir. Well, Murad, your life is yours to live as you will. I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do, but what choice do I have? We need to eat, and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with two grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you, sir. Call me Estinien. Alright, friends for the road. I shall leave you to recruit Graha. He'll appreciate the invitation that much more, I'm sure. Let's recall he was based at the Annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Let's be off too, Murad. Do me a favor and don't stray from the path. Alright, to the Annex. Oh, look who it is! Welcome back, Arya! What might the students do for you? Graha? Yes, he's in the main hall with Mistress Trial. They've been holed up in there for days. By all means, go and give them an excuse to take a break.
Ah, Urgica, my good man. Would you be so kind as to...
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
How's restoration of the students coming along?
Slow and steady. Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We located several accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Val.
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come. But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around? The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition? Oh, I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task, on the subject of which I had hoped to ask for your assistance. Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned. You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already. Have you asked anyone else to come along? Then might I suggest we invite your Stola? Ever since the Scions disbanded, she's spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Google Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Sharlayan the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenor. Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say. Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger. He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like. From what I can gather, the Loporrits are looking to make improvements to their own creation and wish to learn more about how we build things down here. So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
Off to the library as we add more entries to the codex. That's gonna be the same other way. We'll walk it, fine.
I've never known Y'shtola to doze off in the middle of research before.
Close my eyes for one moment. Ow! Ugh. How long have you two been here?
Picking up some light reading.
Something to that effect. I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me. As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections. Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. So I promised Runa, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me? Alzadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished. An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Akyali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane, last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him, and be on our way.
Oh gosh, more codex! Alright, to Thomasane. Yeah, down I go. here I am.
Ah, our illustrious champion. Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure. I am told a new expedition is in the offing.
Was Famfrit with you?
He left to attend to some personal errand, but should be returning ere long.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed. Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies. As you may recall, the Loperites had been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Cryle. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loperites now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts. Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon. So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation. But what of you, my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos? Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity. I should be honored to accept thine invitation. How long hath it been, I wonder, when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
Aye. Though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments, 'tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Counting Estinien, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
All is well, I trust?
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths were not to cross.
That was your, pilgrimage.
Having an astrologian beside you on the road is surprisingly convenient. And it doesn't hurt that he's making strides with his light-hearted banter. In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos. A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches. So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seemed fit to gather? Beneath the waters of the Bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporrits.
Ah, of course. And if you have Estinien rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Feeling left out? I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I? In all seriousness, 'tis best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters. I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations. Till we meet again.
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinien will wonder what hath become of us.
I sent you to recruit Graha and you returned with an entire survey party. I hope Matsusba is sturdy enough to carry us all. What he means is we're grateful for the use of one of your precious fishing vessels. We are more than glad for the chance to revive it. I ask only that you take care to steer clear of the reefs and the shallows there. Aye, we'll keep an eye out. Right, Alzadal's Legacy. Alzadal III. I confess I'm somewhat embarrassed that the tale of his journey to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than simple folklore? And what are the treasures he supposedly brought back? This undersea vault may hold relics from another reflection. My friends, we should temper our expectations. The map doth promise ruin, but beyond that we know not of what we will find. Not until we find it, aye. So let's dispense with the conjecture and set sail for the vault. Alzadal's Legacy is now accessible. However, on that note, I do believe it's going to be a good time to say we'll do that next time. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. Really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps to keep making content like this and more. You can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt signing out.